What's up, Guardians? Welcome to another Destiny gameplay video, and the fourth episode on my tutorial on how to snipe. So we're going to get a little bit more technical in this one, and kind of apply some of the things we've talked about in previous episodes. And in these first bits, you're going to see some clips from a scrimmage we did with Sir Demetrius from IAM, part of Triple Rex crew. And these are some of the best players in the world. I don't say that lightly. They do scrimmages and sweaties all the time. They're in tournaments. These are the best of the best. And so here's a little clip where I was able to get a team wipe here. And let me break this down for you for a second. We team fire the first guy. But now at this point, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to pull out my sniper. I want to get an insta-kill on these guys. Now note where I set my sights. Not on the left or right of this this little circular pillar, because most players would just walk around those at head level, but these are not average players. These guys are smart. So he's not going to do that. I'm anticipating a jump. And sure enough, he jumps to get line of sight on me and my teammate. And then that sweeping twitch headshot I showed you in the last episode, I go ahead and do that. But then instantly I'm looking for my next target. Sure enough, here's the next guy. And then I have to do the vertical compensation snipe I showed you in episode 3. So learning how to really just commit these things to memory so that you can just on the fly make the decision that you have to make is crucial. So here's that was an instance where those skills I showed you in previous episodes, if you don't have them down, you're totally screwed. So these guys don't make mistakes very often. They're the best of the best, so you got to make sure you're on your A game. Now, another thing that is crucially important is learning how to swap aggro. So I'm going to take you back to that scrimmage with Sir Demetrius here, and I'm going to show you some instances where swapping aggro with my teammates is what helped us get kills that we needed to get. So, first and foremost, here's an instance where I've got a teammate, Rusty. He's calling out that there's the Sun Singer. And I know that happened really fast, but let me break it down. He calls out that this guy activated super, and that at this point I can see Rusty has taken a shot with his Queenbreaker bow. So he's got the aggro. I know this Sun Singer's going to be looking for him. He's not going to be looking my direction. So I go ahead and set my sights and make the horizontal compensation I need to make the headshot. And since he wasn't looking my way, he wasn't able to get a first shot in on me, which could have jacked up my snipe. So learning how to trade aggro, here's another instance of that. Manigator's calling out, he's being pushed by Sir Demetrius. So I actually cross paths with him, set my sights, and take the shot. He calls out he's getting pinched, so I look over his back shoulder. Let me break this down for you again in slow-mo so you can kind of catch up with what's going on. So I see he's taking damage. That's a sniper round. Now I'm anticipating he's going to want to follow up with his primary. Sure enough, I look over his shoulder. He's in pursue mode, and he's pulled out his primary. So I kind of caught him with his pants down because he's thinking he's chasing a guy who's running the opposite direction. So I'm able to take my shot and get the kill. And then Manigator calls out he's being pinched. So he's looking to his left. So I'm going to look over his shoulder back to the right so that he doesn't get flanked. And I can cover his backside while he's working on the guy to his left. And so sure enough, I see that there's an enemy over here. I go ahead and pull off the headshot. Manny does go down, but we're up 2-1 on that engagement. So learning how to swap aggro is super important. You see there again, Rusty had the aggro, which helped me get the headshot. And again, Rusty still has aggro, so I'm looking over these boxes. I managed to get another sniper headshot here. But anyways, learning how to communicate as a team, know who's getting pushed and from where, and making the decision that you have to make on the fly can really save your life and get you some kills. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the jump snipe. And I've shown many jump snipes in my videos previously, and I'll show you two very different ones here. And quite honestly, it's really not 100% about skill. So this first one is pretty good. I sight in and I'm directly on this guy's noggin when I snap in, and so making that shot was well rewarded. You know, I snapped in right on the guy's head, so I kind of felt like I should get that headshot. But the thing is, snipers just really aren't that accurate from the air, and so the bullets don't always go where you're aiming, and that's actually what saved my life in this clip. This jump snipe was less about skill. I got close, but when I sighted in, note where my crosshairs are when I take the shot. When I actually pull the trigger, the sights are, wide to the left. So this shouldn't have been a headshot if snipers were 100% accurate from the air. But because there's some wiggle room there and the bullet doesn't go exactly where you tell it to go, I was actually able to get the headshot there. So sometimes you're just going to have to get lucky. The jump snipe isn't all about skill. There's a lot of luck involved as well. Next thing I want to talk about is sniping Sunsingers off the self-res. That's hugely important in Trials of Osiris. So one of the things that's you want to do is set the reticle kind of at their upper chest when they're doing that animation, because their head's going to come back down when they come out of the animation, and that's the sweet spot. That's really when you want to take the shot, is right at the tail end of that animation, and it's when they're still immobile, they can't actually move, but they're out of the animation and they're not immune anymore. So it's right at the tail end of that animation is when you got to pull the trigger and make that shot happen. So you see here, I set it right at the guy's noggin, right at the tail end of that animation, and that's when I pull the trigger. So make sure you're not rushing the shot on the Sunsingers, but the timing is crucial. If you do pull the trigger too late, they're mobile again and they can really mess up your day. So I hope these tips have been helpful. Hopefully you can kind of practice these things and commit them to memory and just kind of make them second nature. And as you continue to practice, these things will become more natural to you, and you'll just have the right reactions in the right circumstances. So shout out to Sir Demetrius for doing the scrimmage with us. I told him I was probably going to use some of that footage. So he's a fantastic player. They did win that scrimmage. It was just a casual scrimmage. We did it kind of on the fly, and he was really willing to jump in and pull some guys with him. And we won one game, but they won the other two. Was it two? I think two. But anyways, shout out to him. Great player, fantastic sniper. And if you don't believe me, just go check out his channel. And, I don't fully endorse a lot of other YouTube channels, but his I fully endorse. All of his content is just fantastic. It's a channel I watch when I want to have fun and see some sweet plays. So go check him out.